You're looking live at the St. Peter Arlington Heights Gymnasium in beautiful Arlington Heights, Illinois for the 2016 Illinois Grade School State Championship. My name is Ryan Roth. I'll be doing your play-by-play along with my esteemed colleague, Peter Bill Walton Roth. Today's third place matchup is between the 5th-seeded Eagles from Immanuel East Dundee and the 6th-seeded Comets from St. Paul Mount Prospect. The Eagles come to this game after winning the first round over St. Paul Chicago 34-14. They defeated in the second round Immanuel Belvedere 33-29, and they lost to Emmanuel Palatine in yesterday's semifinal 44-31. And the Comets come to this game after defeating St. John's Redbud 32-26 in the first round. They defeated Our Savior Springfield 38-35 in the second round, and they lost to Nashville Okawaville 34-30 in yesterday's semifinal. So Peter, give me what are your keys to the game, and give me a little analysis on how you think this game is going to shake up.
Well, this should be a really good third place game. Both teams have played well throughout their weekend so far, hence why they're in this third place game. I'm looking to see a defensive battle. Both teams have played really good defensively. It should be low scoring, battle of whatever defense plays better. We talked to the East Dundee head coach earlier today.
Good afternoon and welcome to this match.
We'll go to the PA announcer.
On behalf of the LSA and the folks here at St. Peter, we welcome you to this match, this game that will determine the third place finisher in the state of Illinois. And how exciting is that? We know it's always fun when the Comet Country meets the Eagle Nation. And so we expect a great time and a great battle here. So before we get started, we're going to begin first with a word of prayer, and then we'll introduce the teams and head toward tip-off. So let's pray. Gracious Heavenly Father, we thank and praise you so much for this day. We thank you for the opportunities of this weekend. We thank you for the gifts you've given to us in our schools and these girls and our families. We ask you to be with us now as we cheer and compete, that all that we do and say is to your glory, that these girls can walk from this game with their heads high and just having a great sense of accomplishment in all that they've done. We ask this all in the name of Jesus. Amen. And now, here we go. The visiting team on the scoreboard today are the Comets from St. Paul and Mount Prospect. And I'd like to introduce these ladies to you now. Mary Withy, Ella Brennan, Zoe Meyer, Peyton Hassenorl, Claire Spencer, Irina Hong, Christina Churbas, Genevieve Bellett, and Rachel Zoig. And the starting lineup for the Comets: 7th grader, number 22, Vanessa D'Angelo. 8th grader, number 23, Kate Holtmeyer. 7th grader, number 25, Riley Craddock. 8th grader, number 31, Nicole Onstadt. 8th grader, number 32, Meg Young. The Comets are coached by Matthew Gutzler and assisted by Kevin Mueller and Meg Spencer. And now the home team on the scoreboard today are the Eagles from Immanuel and Dundee. And I'd like to introduce these young ladies to you now. Mackenzie Leahy, Brooklyn Kroll, Grace McCool, Michaela Park, Jordan Miller, and the starting lineup for the Eagles: 8th grader, number 4, Peyton Schmidt. 8th grader, number 12, Sophie Kovakovic. 8th grader, number 15, Hannah Kohlert. 7th grader, number 23, Alyssa Crenshaw. And 8th grader, number 42, Rosalind Leitner. The Eagles are coached by Jeff Butcher and assisted by Cheryl Leitner and Bridget Leahy. And now for the third time this season, let's play ball.
All right, so starting for the Comets, D'Angelo, Holtmeyer, Kradek, Onstadt, and Young. And starting for the Eagles, Schmidt, McCool, Kovacevic, Kollert, Crenshaw, and Leitner. So Peter, going back to your keys to the game, we did talk to Coach Jeff Butcher before the game. They're a very good defensive team. So today, if the Eagles are going to defeat the Comets, it's going to start and end with the defense, as well as, he mentioned that they're looking today to run a little bit more. Both teams only average about 32 points a game in this tournament, so we should see a low-scoring affair today.
That we should.
All right, so the Comets in the all-black, the Eagles in the white tops, blue bottoms. The Comets working left to right. And we start off right away. Here's Peyton Schmidt. We're gonna start 3 seconds into the game, Peter, with a foul. We saw a lot of fouls in our fifth place game, and right off the bat, we're gonna have our first foul of this game. And it looks like that foul is gonna be on number 23, Kate Holtmeyer, her first, team's first. So the Eagles, Kohler will inbound the ball underneath their own basket. Overthrows it. D'Angelo is able to get it right away, and she goes up and off the back of the rim on the layup. Nice rebound there by offensive rebound by Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer smartly resets the offense. Holtmeyer works around to D'Angelo for the three-point tip. And Vanessa D'Angelo puts the Comets up on top with a three-pointer. Her first three-pointer of this game, her third three-pointer, second three-pointer of this tournament, and right on this other side, she gets a defensive rebound right away, and she travels though. But Vanessa D'Angelo, not typically a three-point shooter. It averages 4 points a game in this tournament. Her second three-pointer of this tournament, but it's a key three-pointer, and it gets the Comets on board early as they lead 3-0 with 5:32 to go in this first quarter.
Yeah, and baskets may be few and far between in a game of defenses of this caliber, so those threes may be huge down the stretch.
And on the other side, missed three-point attempt is by Kovacevic is no good, and another rebound by number 23, Holtmeyer, who finds a wide open Kradek underneath the basket, who misses it, and finally Leitner for the Eagles is able to hold on to defensive rebound. And again, the Eagles trying to get on board as they're down 3-0, just a minute to go into this first quarter. Nice, they're again trying to work down low to Leitner, and Leitner gets the ball stolen away, and Leitner almost gets it, but the Comets with another turnover, 2 turnovers so far early on for the Eagles.
And we see why East Dundee wanted to run the ball here and get the game moving, because as soon as Mount Prospect...
Nice pass from Onstedt down low to Holtmeyer. She can't make it, and another rebound for Leitner. And looks like she's going to get fouled, and I think this is going to be on Holtmeyer, and if it is, it's her second.
As I was saying before the foul, once Mount Prospect gets into their 2-3 zone, they're very, very hard to beat in the interior. They only give up 1 shot of possession. They're really good at rebounding right away. So if East Dundee can get some transition buckets up, they may have a better shot of getting more attempts, getting some second and third chance points.
That last foul was on Meg Young, her first. So. And on the other side, here's Peyton Schmidt, who Coach Butcher said is one of basically the go-to player on this team this year. Nice runners, no good for number 15, Kohler, and the ball gets knocked away, and the Eagles retain possession underneath their own basket. Good shot there by Kohler, Peter. Sometimes those just don't fall in, though.
Yep. It really depends.
Peyton Schmidt's three-pointer gets blocked, and here comes Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer wants to push. She's just so quick when she gets the ball in her hand. Another missed layup for the Comets, and another rebound for Leitner. Leitner now with 3 rebounds early on so far in this game. Those shots, Peter, you can ill afford to miss early on.
You can ill afford to miss at any point in the game, really. Especially like I mentioned, both these teams pride themselves on defense. As we see another 3 put up there, a little short for Dundee. It looks like it's going to be Mount Prospect ball. Those layups are huge, especially in a game where the 2 teams average around 30, 32, 33 points a game. So that's 10% of your scoring right there in 2 possessions.
So, Schmidt is the leading scorer for this team on the season. It's only averaged about 9 points a game in this tournament. But again, if the Eagles' offense isn't going, it's going to start and end with Peyton Schmidt. Nice move there by Meg Young, but we're going to have a jump ball possession roll back to the Comets.
I mean, Dundee's done a great job of balancing the scoring. They have the leading scorers, Crenshaw, with just a little over 10 a game so far in the tournament. Then Schmidt has 9. Kollert has 6. They are a very balanced attack in the offensive end.
They get to Onset down low. She smartly gets it back out to D'Angelo. Good. Peter and I watched Mount Prospect play last week in an exhibition game in Janesville where they won handily and they were missing 3 starters in that game. So, again, they've got a very deep team. Onset wide open for 2. It's a long 2, and she's got it. Onset's first basket of the game. She comes in this game averaging 8 points a game in this tournament, but her first basket puts the Comets up 5 now at 5-0.
That's a dangerous weapon when your 6-foot center can step out that far and have a consistent jumper.
And another turnover for the Eagles. 3rd turnover of the game so far for the Eagles. And the Comets want to push. Here's Holtmeyer. Smartly decides to reverse it. Works around D'Angelo. Gets down a little Onset. Nice backdoor pass to Meg Young. And Meg Young shoots it up, no good. And another rebound there by Kohlert.
Well, it looks like Mount Prospect also came out with the mindset of wanting to push the tempo in this game.
We're going to have it looks like a traveling violation on another turnover for the Eagles. So Eagles with 4 turnovers and 4 missed shot attempts. And the score still is 5-0 Mount Prospect with 2:51 to go in the first quarter. You know, so right here, Peter, I think you got to continue to work to Onstead.
She's got a great court vision, as I've seen from that high post so far.
Nice pick and roll. She gets her caught traveling. She didn't get whistle for her traveling. She got herself too far underneath the basket there. That was a great pick and roll. I think that play's going to be open all game, Peter.
And it makes it easier when the target you're looking for has a few inches on everybody on the court. Gives you a little more leeway for air on a pass like that. But yes, that pick and roll could be deadly throughout this game. Onstead does a great job on the offensive end of knowing where the space is and getting there. You see a jump ball with possession.
Now, Peter, that's happened 3 times now, Peter. They're trying to get to Leitner in the middle, but D'Angelo is so fierce on the defensive end. It's just they're now allowing that interior pass.
It's a lot like our first game today. Peoria won in the 5th place game, and they did a lot of the same stuff.
Schmidt another 3-point attempt and another miss by Schmidt, but Schmidt fouls her shot, and she's gonna get fouled here. Nice effort there by Schmidt. She missed the 3-pointer. She got the offensive board, and she's gonna go to the free throw line for 2. So looks like that foul is going to be on number 22, Vanessa D'Angelo. Her first, team's 3rd, and Schmidt to the line for 2. Schmidt drills the first. Peyton Schmidt now was 3 for 11 from the free throw line coming to this game, and she converted her first. Again, she's a leading 2-point scorer for this team as well as leading 3-point scorer for this team this year. And Peyton Schmidt misses the back. So again, 4 for 13 from the tournament from the free throw line. And another rebound by Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer with 4 rebounds. She takes coast to coast. She can't finish. And a strong rebound there by Crenshaw. Crenshaw, a 5'8", 7th grader, works really hard down low. And we're going to have a foul. It looks like this foul is going to be on number 25, Craddock. So that's going to be Craddock's first. So 4 team fouls so far for the Comets, 0 for the Eagles, and the Eagles to get the ball back. They're down 4, 5-1, just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter.
The way this game's gone so far, being down 5-1, you still have a lot of time to work with.
Peyton Schmidt, another 3-point, another miss for Peyton, but nice offensive board by Crenshaw, and she gets blocked by Onstead. Onstead using her way, and we're going to have another foul here. And this foul is going to be on number 31 on Onstead. So every one of the fouls for every one of the starters for the Comets have 1 foul each.
And
so on the bright side, at least they balance things out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we saw that too in the earlier game, but that was with 4 fouls for each player for Peoria.
Page works around to number 12, Kovacevic with a 3-point basket, and the lead is down to 1 at 5-4. Peter, I don't think that's going to be the last time we say Kovacevic in this game. And on this other side, missed 3-pointer by D'Angelo, and another rebound by Leitner. And the Eagles down 1 now with minute 22 to go. But what a huge 3 by Kovacevic.
Like I said, East Dundee hadn't had the start they wanted necessarily to begin this game. And now as we see a block there from Onstead, rebound followed by Crenshaw, a little short. We've seen, like, East Dundee, like I said, didn't have the start they wanted. They're down a point. They're playing great defense still. And with good defense, you can struggle on the offensive end and be within striking distance of any team, anytime. And that's what we've seen from East Dundee so far this game.
It's a nice take by Peyton Schmidt, another miss by Peyton Schmidt. And finally, Onstead's able to get a rebound. But Crenshaw's been working so hard down low that it just is making Onstead work hard so far in this game.
As we see her there on the defensive end, drawing another jump ball, which is number 4 in the game so far. She is doing well on both ends of the court. She just giving Onstead all she can handle.
Like Coach Butcher said before the game that he is amazed by the improvement that Crenshaw has done this year, just all over the place. I mean, look again, another rebound for Crenshaw. Crenshaw now has 5 rebounds in the first quarter alone, and she's really taken it on Onstead. So 45 seconds to go in the first quarter. Here's Peyton Schmidt. Hasn't made a field goal yet, but she works around Kvekvich. Oh, nice pass to Kohler. Kohler with the open 3. Can't get it. Nice rebound by D'Angelo. D'Angelo gets the ball stolen away and almost fouls. Crenshaw's able to save it. Crenshaw takes it right at him, and Crenshaw loses the ball out of bounds. And the Comets get the ball back. But as you can see, Crenshaw's not afraid to take it right at him. Usually, and she's only 5'8". She takes it at the 6-foot tall Onstead, but she's taking right at him.
And she's doing a great job of playing above her size and really holding or getting rid of that 4-inch height disadvantage she has by playing physical on Onstead. And she has a nose for the ball, as we've seen, with those 5 rebounds, both in the offensive and defensive end.
Onstead with the open 3-pointer, a little bit long, and nice offensive rebound by Holtmeyer. There's 5 seconds left. Comets are going to have to get a shot off. Onstead, 2 seconds left. Onstead with the shot, the buzzer, off the backboard. And after 1 quarter of play, the Comets lead the Eagles 5-4. Very low-scoring first quarter, Peter, but it's exactly what we thought was going to happen.
I was going to say, this is exactly what we expected for the game so far.
So if you look on both sides, the Comets shot the Eagles shot 1 for 12 from the floor. The Comets shot 2 for 12 from the floor. And, the Eagles are still in it, especially with Peyton Schmidt 0 for 5 from the floor in the first quarter.
And that's something really to build on. She's a good shooter. Everyone knows that on her team. They've gotten her open looks, and they expect her to make that, and she's got 3 quarters. Every good shooter goes through streaks where shots just don't seem to fall, and I'm sure that good shooters also continue to shoot to break those streaks, and I expect that Paige Schmidt will break out of this slump at some point, and Dundee is still only down a point because of their defense. Defense is a word I feel like we're going to be repeating a whole lot the rest of this game.
I think the first team to 30 points wins this game, Peter.
If a team makes 30 points, that is.
Hey, so remember, for those watching on TV, please follow the LSA on social media. Like us on Facebook, Lutheran Sports Association of Illinois. Our Twitter handle is LuthSports. Our hashtag for the weekend is hashtag LSABB2016, and our website is www.luthsports.org. As well, please feel free to follow Peter and I at Ryan's Golden Gate on Twitter. Starting the second quarter off for the Eagles, and a poor pass there by Kohler, and the Comets to get the ball right back as they're up 1, just less than 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Holtmeyer with a wide open jumper off the back rim, and we're going to have a foul. Looks like this one's going to be on Kohler for pushing off. Nice effort there, getting possession for the Comets. And that's actually the first team foul for the Eagles as we're 20 seconds into the second quarter. We also have a first substitution of the game as number 00, Mackenzie Leahy checks in the ball game for the Eagles. You don't see 00 out much these days, Peter.
You really don't. It's a little bit of a unicorn in terms of jersey numbers in basketball.
Holtmeyer works it around to Meg Young in the corner. Meg Young takes it right at Leitner, and Meg Young steps out of bounds. So in addition to Peter being our color commentary, he's also one of the best in the biz when it comes to shoes. He's on his part-time, he buys and sells a lot of different pairs of shoes, and he works closely with grade schools on shoes for their teams. So shoe analysis, Peter will be here all game long. Nice runner by Kvekvich. It's a little short, and Onstead tries to get up, but she gets the ball stolen away. Peyton Schmidt then travels on the other side. So if you like turnovers, we've had plenty of them so far in the first half. 8 fouls, 8 turnovers for the Eagles, 6 turnovers for the Comets. So, Coach Butcher said, really wanted to use his defensive advantage as well as run, but teams haven't played well without turning the ball over so far in this first half.
If you want to run, you got to make sure you're doing it at a controlled pace, and that is really the hardest part to understand about turning up the tempo in basketball, is that it can't just be an all-out sprint. It's got to be a controlled, long-distance sort of thing.
But even that play right there, Peter, she lost it. The ball bounced off 2 girls' knees, and the teams have to play smarter with the ball.
That is very true.
Nice pass to Onset down low, and she's going to get fouled here. That was a good take there by Onset. You know, it draws the foul on Crenshaw. But again, if the Comets want to win this game, they're going to continue to have to work plays for that. Here's the other key stat, though. Onset, one of the best free throw shooters in the tournament, 10 for 12 from the free throw line in the first 3 games, 83% to go along with her 8-point average that she's had.
And she's done a great job of converting when she's got herself to the free throw line. As we see again there with another make.
She drills the first, and the lead is up to 2 at 6-4.
She's really carrying her team. The team so far in the tournament is 14 and 26 from the free throw line, and without her, they'd be 4 of 14.
And another missed free throw there. Another rebound by Crenshaw. Crenshaw now with 6 rebounds in this game. Kovacevic brings it up, works it to Schmidt. Schmidt with the open three-pointer attempt. Schmidt a little bit short, but Crenshaw fighting hard down low, and we're going to have another foul. Or is it? Yep, it was a foul. And this one's going to be on, if it's a foul, it's going to be on Onstad. So that's going to be her second. So the Eagles to be in the bonus the rest of the way.
Mount Prospect doesn't necessarily play a very deep bench either, so foul trouble for any of the starters could change the dynamic of this game for the Comets.
Well, that's both teams here. Both teams don't have a deep bench, so.
Well, yes, but Dundee also only has 2 team fouls, as we see a second on D'Angelo there as well.
So we have two Comet starters with 2 fouls apiece. D'Angelo and Onset, both with 2 fouls. Peyton Schmidt will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
And now you also have Dundee in the bonus with 4.5 to go in the first half. That could also be a huge key going forward.
Again, Schmidt 33% from the free throw line so far in this tournament. And another missed free throw by her, and another offensive rebound by Crenshaw. She works so hard, and another offensive rebound, and 2 misses. They got to use the backboard on those. Those are gimmies, Peter. And then on the other side, another turnover for a misplay by D'Angelo. The Comets retain possession underneath their own basket. But the Eagles, if they're getting chances underneath the basket, Peter, they got to convert those.
That's both teams. Mount Prospect had a lot of layup opportunities in the first quarter that they didn't necessarily convert right next to the hoop. Got to slow down on those shots. Those are shots you know you can make. You've done it all the time in practice and other games. Just slow down, take your time, follow through, and watch it go in.
Here's Holtmeyer at the lefty, and she is a little strong in that one, throws it over the backboard. Not a high percentage, typically a high percentage shot. She was a little hard on that one. Again, it's
trying to use the glass, though. I mean, that.
The Eagles, with only 1 made field goal in this game, somehow are still down by only 2. They're trying to get down low to Crenshaw, and Crenshaw gets fouled. And Peter, that, my friend, is number 3 on Onstad. She's got 3 fouls, and she's going to probably have to take a seat on the bench for the rest of this first half.
I mean, there's no other alternative to that. Your starting center has 3 fouls with this much time to go in the first half. So I wouldn't risk it. So
Crenshaw, who's gone to the free throw line 18 times so far in this tournament, will go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And she makes the first. Checking in the game for the Comets is number 21, Claire Spencer, and number 42, Rachel Zoig. So Crenshaw now 13 for 19 from the free throw line in this tournament. Came into it 10.3 points a game. And she off the back of the rim on that one. Nice rebound by Meg Young. And here comes Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer, another miss. Nice rebound by Zoig. Gets blocked, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Zoig comes in, gets an offensive rebound, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And I think this foul is going to be on number 15, Kohlert. Actually, that second foul is actually going to be on Crenshaw. So Crenshaw now with 2 fouls as well.
So that might change the dynamic as well of Dundee. As their best rebounder now has to be a little careful. So we see a little long on the free throw there for Zoig. She can't be as aggressive the rest of this quarter if she's going to stay in, because you really don't want your best rebounder and best post threat having 3 fouls going into halftime.
Zoig's second free throw up, in and out, and another rebound by Crenshaw. Crenshaw's got 9 rebounds, and we're a little over 2 minutes into the second quarter.
And that was with 8 of those with Onset on the court.
Kohlert with the runner. Another rebound for Crenshaw. And finally, she makes a basket. Crenshaw now with 3 points and 10 rebounds, and gives the Eagles their first lead of the game at 7-6. And we're going to have a hand check there on Kovacevic. That's going to be her first, team's 4th. But Crenshaw is just dominating the boards. 3 points, 10 rebounds.
And like I said, 8 of those rebounds were with a 6-foot opponent on the court. So with the height advantage now gone for the Comets, I really want to see if they can do a better job as we see a pass stole there by
Young with the poor pass there. And a nice steal by 00 Leahy. Here's Kohler. Kohler with the jumper, a little bit short, and the ball gets knocked away, and it looks like it stays with the Eagles. And the other interesting thing, Peter, is the Eagles are on this run, and they're doing it without Peyton Schmidt. Peyton Schmidt with only 1 point in this game, and she's 1 for 3 from the free throw line. But here's Kovacevic. Kovacevic takes it right out. That defense can't get it. Leitner with an offensive rebound, can't get it. And then look at Crenshaw again. Crenshaw, back-to-back series with offensive rebound and putbacks. And the lead's up to 3 now, 9-6, and a 3-point shot attempt by Clarence Spencer. She can't get it. And Peter, look who it is again. Oh, that's right. It's Crenshaw with another rebound. Crenshaw with 12 rebounds in this game, and the Eagles are on a 8-0 run, and they're up 9-6. And Kohler takes it hard to the hole, can't get it. Finally, a rebound there by Craddock. And the Eagles just dominating on the boards. Craddock smartly resets the offense. Holtmeyer with a nice fake. Holtmeyer with the jumper. That's what Holtmeyer does so well, is the stop, lock, drop. And cuts the Eagles' lead to 1 at 9-8. And Peter, you gotta feel though, the momentum right now is yelling Eagles.
And deservedly so. They've done a great job of shutting down Mount Prospect on the defensive end. And when one of your players has 12 rebounds, you're doing a lot right on the rebounding aspect of the game. They took the lead even after that really slow start. We said this was going to be a defensive struggle, and it has so far throughout this game. Neither team is in double digits.
But is it really a defensive struggle, or is it just missed shots? I mean, I've seen lots of point blank shots that both teams have missed.
But how many of those shots haven't been contested? I mean, there were a few early on for Mount Prospect. They had layups, fast break layups that went in and out a little bit. But a lot of the shots we've seen put up have not been necessarily open looks. Holtmeyer's last jumper that we saw her make from the free throw line was her best mid-range look she's had all game. Every other time, she's had a hand in her face. So yes, your point, you do have a valid argument saying that there have been a lot of point-blank shots that were missed that should go in, but there have also been a lot of good defensive stops there.
Okay, the Eagles with the ball, with the 1-point lead, 2:38 to go. Kohler tries to get down low to Crenshaw. Nice effort there by Holtmeyer, knocking the ball away. So for the Comets, again, they're not a high-scoring team, but with Onset on the bench in foul trouble, who's going to have to pick it up, Peter?
I would say Holtmeyer, as we saw last possession, as we see a jumper there.
Leitner with a jumper. Rosalind Leitner's first basket of the game, and the lead's back up to 3 now at 11-8. After a total of 9 points scored between the two teams in the first quarter, it's been a lot fast-paced second quarter right now.
Now we're seeing Dundee pick up the intensity on the defensive end as we see a steal there for Leitner.
Steal by Leitner, and she's going to whistle for the double dribble. Again, the intensity, Peter, and turnovers for both teams there, but the turnovers have slowed down a little bit. It's been a very well-played second quarter.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of good basketball, a lot of good defense, all around, a lot of good stuff going on so far. Dundee's really taking the energy they're getting from the offensive end and putting it more into the defensive effort they're giving. As we can see here,
nice pass by Holtmeyer's got to finish those. Young with the rebound, and we're going to have a jump ball possession arrow back to the Eagles.
The more Dundee is successful on the offensive end, the stronger they play on defense, it seems, as this game has gone so far.
Going to reset. 2:04 to go in this first half. The Eagles up 11-8 over the Comets. Kovacevic works it over to Crenshaw. Crenshaw takes a. The one thing with Crenshaw though, she has to work on her hand a little bit more. That's 3 or 4 times now I've seen her. I know what she's thinking. I know she's trying to work down low. She just has to be stronger with the ball.
Well, when she does get to the rim, she's done a good job of finishing so far with those second chance points.
Here's Schmidt. Works around Kovacevic.
I would like to see.
Nice pass to Leitner. Leitner with the jumper. A tad bit short on that one. Zoig works hard for the rebound. Crenshaw with the steal. Crenshaw with the rainbow. It's no good. Nice rebound by Schmidt. Schmidt up and good. Peyton Schmidt's first basket of the game. And the lead is now 5 at 13-8. With just a minute 33 to go. And they're the Eagles are doing this with only 3 points from Schmidt so far. Another missed shot there by Holtmeyer. The ball gets knocked away, and it goes right back to the Eagles.
Prospect looks a little distraught in the offensive end. Looks like they're trying to force some shots up. It's only a 5-point game. There's still over a minute left in the first half. Slow down, work your offense, and try and get a good shot.
Missed shot there, but another offensive board by Crenshaw. And we're going to have a steal by Peyton Schmidt. Schmidt's going to get fouled here on the floor by Meg Young. But Schmidt with the steal. And we're going to have and she's going to go to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. And I think that fouls me on Meg Young. That's Meg Young's second. So Schmidt to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. She's got 3 points in this game.
Dundee's just done a good job so far in this game of flying to the ball, being in passing lanes, making a lot of tip passes, and getting a lot of steals in this first half.
Nice shot there by Schmidt. So interesting substitution for Coach Gutzler here. He checks Onset checks back in the game. She's got 3 fouls, but they're going to have to do something to stop the bleeding here.
They haven't scored since she went out, besides the Holtmeyer jumper. Their offense has slowed down a little bit, and defensively they're having a little trouble as we see the second free throw go in there for Schmidt.
Schmidt now with 5 points, and the lead now is a game high 7 at 15-8. Holtmeyer works around Onstead. Nice pass down low to Craddock. Craddock's we're gonna have a jump ball here. Possession arrow Comets. Again, the Comets just seem to be on tilt right now offensively, Peter.
They seem to be very flustered by the defensive effort that Dundee's put up in the second quarter. Like I said, Dundee's flying to the ball. There's hands flying everywhere.
Nice pass to Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer with the wide open jumper. Another miss for the Comets. And Holtmeyer somehow able to get her own rebound. They reset the offense, get to Meg Young. Meg Young with the jumper, and she's got it. Meg Young's first basket of the game. It cuts the lead to 5 now at 15-10.
That's a big shot.
Now, if you recall, Meg Young was the hero in last year's state championship final with the game-winning free throw. But again, the Comets down 5, 15-10 with 46 seconds to go. So Peter, with 46 seconds to go in the first half, as for the Eagles, is Coach Butcher calling for one shot here? Do you take your time and work the clock and go into halftime with the lead, or do you, what is your thought? Are you just taking?
I mean, my common sense would say the best idea would be to hold for one shot, just end this on one possession. The worst thing that's going to happen is you go out with a 5-point lead. But they've caused 10 Mount Prospect turnovers. Mount Prospect has 10 points in the first half. So realistically, there is a good possibility they could go for a quick bucket here, put the pressure up on defense, potentially get a steal, and extend this lead out to even double digits at best case scenario. So, I mean, there's 2 angles you could look at. It looks like they are going to go for a quick shot or look inside here.
So again, we're going to have a reach. That was not a smart foul there on Craddock. You know, 36 seconds to go. You know, the Eagles are in double bonus, so the clock stops, and now Peyton Schmidt will go to the free throw line for 2.
I mean, the only good thing out of it, they get the ball back, and if the free throws don't necessarily go in, you can cut in this lead.
Schmidt with another missed free throw. Schmidt now 3 for 6 from the free throw line in this game. So again, Schmidt will get a second one. Second one up and good. Peyton Schmidt now with 6 points. And Nicole Onstedt. So Nicole Onstedt checking back into the game for Rachel Zoig. Eagles up 6, 16-10.
They could really use another bucket here in the half. They scored last possession on that nice jumper from Meg Young. Back-to-back scoring possessions here would be a big confidence booster for this offense that has been a little stagnant here in the second quarter. 36, nice backdoor pass to Onstedt, who loses it but gets her own rebound, and too hard off that, and another rebound there by Leitner. Leitner with 7 rebounds in this game. Kvekovic will bring it up. 20 seconds to go in the first half. Kvekovic works with Peyton Schmidt. Peyton Schmidt with a nice pump. Oh, nice move by Peyton Schmidt. Peter, you don't see that much in 8th grade basketball. Pump fake, drop step, and good. And the lead is now 8 at 18-10. Holtmeyer works it around, and the ball gets knocked away. Crenshaw, I think, is going to get fouled here. And Peter, there was 2.9 seconds to go. Why do you foul in this situation? It's not ideal. I mean, Crenshaw, at best, would have taken a shot from half court there to end the half. And instead, she's getting a chance to put 2 points on the board at the free throw line. Not how Coach Gutzler would have liked to see the second half quarter end, I feel.
Crenshaw's first is good. Crenshaw now with 6 points in this game. And as a team, the Eagles have scored 15 points in the second quarter. And a lot of those are from the free throw line.
I think our first to 30 estimate might be a little off.
So Crenshaw's second one is good. So she makes both. Crenshaw now with 7 points. 2.9 seconds to go. The Comets let the ball roll up. Holtmeyer with the three-point heave at the buzzer. And it is just a tad bit short. And at the half, the Eagles of Immanuel East Dundee lead the St. Paul Mount Prospect Comets 20-10. So Peter and I will be back here very shortly with some halftime stats and keys to the second half. And we're back live at the half. At the half, the Immanuel East Dundee Eagles lead the St. Paul Mount Prospect Comets 20-10. Now, Peter, it was a very interesting first half play. In the first quarter was, low scoring. The Comets built a 5-0 lead quick, and from that point forward, the Eagles picked up the pace, and it's been all Eagles since then.
Yep. East Dundee did a great job of getting through that slow start that they found themselves in the first quarter, and just getting back into the rhythm of their game and taking care of business so far since that point. And they've done it in all three aspects of the game. On offense, they've been effective. After the slow start in the first quarter, they went 5 of 18 from the field. In the second quarter, they were 6 of 30 overall in the first half. Defensively, they shut down Mount Prospect, who was 2 of 11 in the second quarter. They're shooting 4 of 23 in the game so far. So their defense has been strong. And they've done a great job cleaning the boards on the offense and the defensive end. Alyssa Crenshaw has 13 rebounds, I believe, in the first half. Looks a lot like the Duke North Carolina game from last night, with Kennedy Meeks and Bryce Johnson out rebounding Duke by themselves. Alyssa Crenshaw, I believe, is doing the same at the moment for East Dundee against Mount Prospect.
Now, Peter, speaking of that game, can you go into a little detail about the Golden State versus Oklahoma City game from last week about the rebounding advantage, or do you want to keep going and talking about girls basketball right now?
We can go back to girls basketball. I just thought the Duke UNC reference was pretty fitting at the moment. But thank you for bringing that game back up, like you have every telecast we've done so far since then.
No, but to go with your point with Alyssa Crenshaw, 7 points, 13 rebounds in the first half. She has really taken it hard on Mount Prospect, especially Nicole Onset, who has 3 fouls. When your best player, your 6-foot 8th grader, has 3 points and 3 rebounds in the first half, it starts and it pretty much ends with it's Crenshaw. Not just Crenshaw, it's Leitner as well. Leitner with 7 rebounds. So those 2 players alone, have 20 of the team's 23 rebounds. And if you look at the rebounding advantage, it's 23-15 at a half. That's a huge rebounding advantage in just one half of play. Yeah,
and that's one of the big reasons that they're up 20-10 so far. Defensively as well, Alyssa Crenshaw has done a great job of shutting down Nicole Onstead in the first half. Like you said, she only had 3 points. She came in averaging 8 in this tournament so far. I'd say if Dundee can keep up the defensive pressure they've shown that they can play at and can keep dominating the boards at the rate they have so far, that they should be set up for holding out to this 10-point lead. And building on it for the rest of the second half. Mount Prospect on the other end, they have a lot of things to build on. They've played good defense. There were some East Dundee scored a lot of points at the free throw line, so their defense in their 2-3 half-court setup was not that bad. They played very well defensively. They just have to work on working the ball on offense, getting open shots, knocking down shots, getting into a little bit of a rhythm, getting some momentum behind them. 10 points with 12 minutes to go in the game is not a tough lead to break by any means. I'd say that the first 3 minutes of this third quarter will really determine how this game goes for the rest of this half.
All right, so starting the second half for the Eagles. Schmidt, Kovacevic, Kohlert, Crenshaw, and Leitner. And right away, as they say Leitner's name, she misses the shot, and a nice rebound there by Meg Young. Again, so starting for the Comets in the all-black, working right to left. Holtmeyer, Onstadt, D'Angelo, Meyer, and Craddock. And we're going to have a ball get knocked away. The Comets retain possession.
And Dundee's right back at it again with that defensive pressure that we saw all the first half. That's really how they got into this third-place game to begin with. They've shut down all their opponents, even in their losses.
Here's Holtmeyer with the banked-in shot. Holtmeyer now with 4 points, and the lead is down to 8 at 20-12. So we'll see if that shot by Holtmeyer can get things going here for the Comets.
She's hit 2 of her last 3 shots. She seems by herself to be getting into a little bit of a rhythm on the offensive end, and being the outside presence that balances out Onsted's inside presence.
Here's Leitner with a short jumper. Crenshaw with another offensive rebound, and Crenshaw is going to go to the free throw line for 2. That foul was on Meg Young. That's going to be her 3rd, team's first. So Young and Onsted both with 3 fouls apiece, and Crenshaw, who's already 2 for 4 from the free throw. I'm sorry, 3 for 4 from the free throw line in this game, will go to the free throw line for 2.
I feel like a broken record for saying it, but Alyssa Crenshaw kept another possession alive with that rebound.
And hits literally every part of the basket, and it rolls in. Crenshaw now with 8 points, and the lead is back up to 9 at 21-12. Rachel Zoig just checked back in the ball game for the Comets. And Crenshaw, who's 4 for 5 from the free throw line in the game, misses that one. Holtmeyer with another rebound. Holtmeyer now with 7 rebounds, and she then loses it. Schmidt's pushing. Schmidt takes 1 on 3. The Euro step usually is 1. There was a couple extra there in Schmidt. It doesn't help she took on 4 people too there, so Peter, that was a tough one.
I mean, right idea. The Euro step was the right move to use in that situation. I would have brought it back out, like you said, as we see a 3 there from Prospect.
Craddock, another miss, and another rebound by Crenshaw. Crenshaw now with 14 rebounds. What a pass by Kovacevic. Schmidt takes on 3 people, and we're going to have a foul, looks like, on Craddock.
And that would have been Crenshaw's 15th rebound. She had one on the offensive end last possession.
So the foul was on the floor, and that's going to be Craddock's 3rd as well. So Craddock, Onstad, and Young all with 3 fouls each. The Eagles inbound underneath their own basket. They're up 9, 4:53 to go. Here's Kovacevic wide open from the free throw line. And she doesn't miss many of those, Peter. Kovacevic now with 5 points and leads up to 5 at up to 11 at 23-12.
Those are really nicely done inbounds plays.
And on the other side, that was a nice shot by Holtmeyer. So Holtmeyer gets fouled, and she can go to the free throw line for 2. And that foul is on, looks like number 15, Hannah Kohler, her 2nd, team's 1st. Holtmeyer, with 4 points today, will go to the free throw line for 2. Holtmeyer converts on the first.
Mount Prospect really has to capitalize on any free throw opportunity they get throughout the next 10 minutes and 40 seconds of this game, because being down 10, you really need to take advantage of scoring with no time coming off the clock.
Holtmeyer's 2nd one up is good. She's got a soft touch from the free throw line. So again, the score is 23-14. And the Comets are going to have to pick up the pace here, Peter, as they've only scored, like I said, 14 points through 3 quarters. And as I say that, Peyton Schmidt a little bit long on the 3. Nice rebound there by Rachel Zoig. Again, here comes the Comets down 9. And it's been a lot of offense in the 2nd and 3rd quarter has been from Holtmeyer. And she scored 5 of the team's 8 points.
She's done a
Here's
good job.
Onset. Great defense there by Crenshaw. Working down low. Nice pass to Zoig. Zoig gets shot, little tip, and another rebound by Crenshaw. That's 16 rebounds in the game for Crenshaw.
Do we have a record for most rebounds in a game by one player?
She's going to be close, Peter. Crenshaw works it around. Nice pass to Kovacevic. Works it to Leitner. Back to Kovacevic. Kohler wants to take it right at. Nice missed shot tip, but she gets her own rebound and works around to Schmidt. Schmidt with a nice fake. Schmidt, I love that stop. He misses it, but Crenshaw with the offense put back up and good. Alyssa Crenshaw, you've said her name multiple times so far in this game, Peter. She's got 10 points now, so she's got double-double. And the lead is back up to 11 at 25-14. Holtmeyer works it around to Craddock. Craddock with the runner. Craddock, another miss, and another rebound by Crenshaw, and she's just fighting. We're gonna have a foul here on D'Angelo. Peter, D'Angelo wasn't gonna take that ball away from Crenshaw.
No one's taking the ball away from Crenshaw so far this game. I mean, on either side of the court with 10 points, 18 rebounds now.
You know, and the interesting thing is, they haven't put the game away yet. And we still have halfway through the third quarter left, and she's got 18 rebounds. So that's impressive game so far. And as I say that, Peyton Schmidt open for three, can't get it. Onset finally able to rip down a rebound. And she's only has 4 rebounds in this game, and they've just taken her game right out of it. I know she's been having some issues with it, with some injury. And another poor pass by Holtmeyer. Kovacevic almost loses it. Collard saves it. She almost loses it. Crenshaw finally resets the offense, works around to Kovacevic. Here's Leitner. One more thing. Collard again. 11-point lead. Peyton Schmidt wide open for three all day long. Peyton Schmidt now with 11 points, and the lead is up to 14. Peter, I think Coach Gutzler needs a call timeout here to slow it down. It's all Eagles right now.
Yeah, on both sides of the court, Mount Prospect is struggling to find openings on the offensive end and struggling to stay in front of Dundee on the defensive end.
Onset with the runner. Onset's going to get fouled here. I mean, that was a good take by Onset. And if Comets want to get back in the game, those are the possessions they need to have.
Yep, I agree. They have to get to the hoop. It's 14-point game with 2 minutes to go in the third. You have to get high percentage shots, and you have to try and draw fouls here.
That's Crenshaw's third, though. So Crenshaw now has to be careful.
She did a good job, though, after picking up her second with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. She didn't pick up another one until now.
Onset hits the first now, so she's 2 for 3 in the free throw line for this game. 12 for 15 from the free throw line in the tournament.
I would really try and put the ball in their hands on the post, because she's done a good job of drawing fouls so far this game in her touches down low, and she's done a good job of converting on the free throws as well.
Onset misses that one, and Holtmeyer fouls the shot, so Holtmeyer now with the rebound. The Comets trying to cut in that 13-point lead, works around D'Angelo. Okay. And that Eagles just stay in that man-to-man defense. Holtmeyer gets double-teamed, almost loses it. Onset saves it. Onset with the short jumper. Zoig tries to save it, and the ball gets knocked away. Peter, you just said the play was to try to work down low to Onset. That is not the shot attempt that you want if you're a Comets fan.
It's not a shot many people would want. Long twos are the least potent of a shot to take. They're the farthest away from the hoop. Well, you don't get that extra point from the three-point line.
Peyton Schmidt wide, open for three, can't get it, and the ball gets knocked away right back to the Comets. But how in the world did they leave Peyton Schmidt that open for three-point? I mean, she could take 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. At that point, then she decided, maybe I should take it because she just hit one. But, I mean, she's such a good three-point shooter. You cannot give her that much time to shoot from the three-point line. Yeah,
she's found a hole in the defense for Mount Prospect in that 2-3 zone. She's camped there. That's her third 3 attempt from the same spot.
Nice pass to Onset down low, up and good. That is just what you said, though, Peter. Compared to the last possession where Onset took the three just before the three-point line with the backdoor pass from Holtmeyer, and the lead is down to 11, so still a game. And then now this Peyton Schmidt, nice move, up and in and out. But that was a great move, though. And she's just so smooth with the ball. It's that head fake, it's that baseline move that she can take it up. Again, that's a shot I'll let her take all game long.
She's got a very, very quick first step, and that, like you said, that head bob pump fake is really effective at stopping the defense.
And then she goes in right for the layup there. You can't teach those, Peter. She's got 13 for the game, and wait for it, the lead is 13 at 30-17 with a minute to go in the third quarter. Again, the Comets just seem so frazzled on the offensive end. Here's Zoig with the jumper. Zoig can't make it. Kovacevic with the rebound. And Kovacevic is pushing. She wants to take it all the way, and nice effort there by Holtmeyer, knocks the ball out of bounds. Nice effort there by Holtmeyer. So again, the Eagles to get the ball underneath their own basket, 49 seconds to go. And Peter, at this possession, I would say maybe you're up 13. Take your time, work for one good shot here.
Yeah. If you get an open three, take it. Look for, you have a 13-point lead. The worst thing.
Or how about get a shot off, period.
That would have been a better alternative.
We got an injury here on D'Angelo. She looks like she's shaking up a little bit. So again, Vanessa D'Angelo is shaking up on the floor here. Looks like it looks like it's her wrist. D'Angelo is a 7th grader, so her, Craddock, both players that we are gaining experience for next year. Two great starters for this team. So she's going to take a seat on the bench.
Mount Prospect has a great history of experience building up with these 7th and 6th graders and turning it into results like they have the last couple of years. They won the title last year here in the 3rd place game.
I mean, look at last year. You had, Kate Holtmeyer gave him great minutes last year. Onset was a starter. I mean, you had two of the 5 stars from last year's team. You got 13-point lead. 3-point shot attempt there is no good. Rebound by Zoik. Not real close. And we're going to have a jump ball possession on Comets. Okay, Peter, those are the shots I said. If you're down 13, you can't afford to miss point blank shots when you're just underneath the basket.
Nope, you really need to knock down those layups, especially when time is your biggest concern at this point.
So Craddock inbound, gets it over. Nice shot is for Spencer, and Spencer's can go to the free throw line for 2. Now I watched Spencer last week, and Claire Spencer, is kind of that for those Wisconsin Badgers fans watching home, that Zach Showalter, comes off the bench, can really give some extra oomph off the bench, and these are 2 key free throws off the front of the rim on that one. Again, so Spencer, not a strong free throw shooter. She's 1 for 8 from the free throw line in this tournament, so she'll get a second one.
Well, we did see her knock down a couple last weekend, though. Just has to knock one down and gain some confidence back.
Hey,
you see
look
there.
at that! Look at that. The official scorer actually gave her credit for the first one, but he was trigger happy there. So Peyton Schmidt, 21 seconds to go.
You do like getting on the official scores when they make errors.
Oh, they'll hear it from me. Peyton Schmidt works around to Kovacevic. Back to 0-0 Leahy. Anytime I can drop 0-0 in there, I love it. 10 seconds go. Peyton Schmidt. Kohler loses it. Spencer gets Spencer with 3 seconds left and throws the ball out of bounds. It's kind of like that Roscoe Smith play from UConn a couple years back. He got a rebound, 3 seconds left. He threw it all the way down court, and then the team scored. Anywho, after 3 quarters of play, the Eagles of Immanuel Dundee lead the Comets of St. Paul Mount Prospect 30-18. And ever since that first quarter where the Eagles started off sluggish, it's been all Eagles ever since.
And they started that not on the offensive end, but everywhere else in the court. They did a great job of maintaining the lead to only get up to 5-0 while they started sluggish on offense. By playing great defense, they played great on the boards. They're doing a great job of boxing out, going to the ball, grabbing the ball, being strong with it. They've drawn a lot of fouls by being strong with the ball and having Mount Prospect slap at them. They've played an all-around excellent game so far these first 3 quarters. Now they just have to finish the job here with these last 6 minutes. And Mount Prospect needs to be fast on offense, but they need to do it at a pace in which they can maintain themselves. They can't rush the ball. They can't get out of control. They need to stay focused. They need to stay calm, collected, but they have to do it quick. You're down 12. You have 6 minutes to go. You are in a time limit here, but you also have to do it on the defensive end. You can score 30 points this quarter, but if you give up 29, you're still not on the winning end of this game.
So the Eagles inbound up 12, starting off the 4th quarter. Here's Peyton Schmidt. Again, the Comets sit in that 2-3 zone defense. Kovacevic almost loses it. Kohler takes a right at Onstead. A little bit short. Rebound there by Onstead. Onstead now with 5 rebounds to go along with her 6 points. Holtmeyer will bring it up. And the Comets trying continuously to cut in that 12-point lead by the Eagles. Meg Young, nice pass down low to Spencer. Spencer puts it up strong. And 0-0, Mackenzie Leahy just picked up her first foul, team 4th. And Claire Spencer to go to the free throw line for 2 more.
You're dropping that 0-0 reference every chance you can.
No, actually, I apologize. That was 0-0 Mackenzie Leahy's 2nd foul. And Spencer drills that one. Spencer's made more free throws in this game than the entire tournament combined.
I told you. You watch one shot go through as a player, you get the confidence that, hey, I can make these. These are easy. She's knocked down the last 2 now.
I love the 0-0, Peter. Though I mean, that's if I could go back in time, in my basketball days, I was always number 4. but I love 0-0. It's such a great number. So anyway, let's go back to game action here. So if the Comets are going to cut into that 11-point lead at this point in the game, you're going to need a three-pointer here at some point. You're going to need something because they need 11 points. They've had 19 so far in the game, and we played 18 and a half minutes. How are they going to score 11 in 5.5?
You're looking at it. They have to go to the block. They have to be physical in the post. They have to draw fouls. And they have to finish these free throws as well. No time is coming off the clock here. Spencer shoots your second free throw. You can cut it to a 10-point game. If you can get to the free throw line and knock down your free throws, you're going to extend this game to much longer than 5.5 minutes. And even though you've only scored 19 points in the first 18.5 minutes, as you said, you could make this fourth quarter feel like another 18.5 minutes and go on a run. And like I mentioned before, once you see a few shots go through, even if they are free throws, you get that confidence back and your shots the rest of the game start falling as well. Maybe that's what Mount Prospect needs here.
Spencer 3 for 4 from the free throw line. You know, and maybe this is what the Comets need to get going. They've only made 2 field goals in the second half, but the lead is only 10, 30-20. You know, it's still quite a bit of time left. Oh my goodness, Peyton Schmidt Peter, she's had like 3 or 4 of those, and then she gets her own offensive putback up and good. Peyton Schmidt now with 15 points, and she's just doing everything. You know, Crenshaw's got the down-low presence handled. And, I mean, have you seen an 8th grade girls basketball with that smooth of moves around the rim? It's that, you know, it's that Euro step. It's that little smooth finger roll. I mean, she's missed a couple of those, but, man, is she a fantastic basketball player.
Great footwork. Really, really nice footwork.
And she can't get that, onset with another rebound there. But, man, is she a great basketball player. And it shows. I mean, she has 15 points, and it gives the Eagles a 12-point lead. Here's Young in the corner. Young loses possession, and another steal for the Eagles. That is, surprisingly, only the 12th turnover of the game for the Comets. I mean, it's been a very, very clean game. There's only 10 fouls for the Eagles, too. And we're going to have a foul here on Spencer. That's Spencer's first. That's 15 fouls. Both teams have 5 team fouls each. If the game gets any closer, we'll have a free throw shooting contest. But I think if Schmidt can hit another 3 here, Schmidt could potentially put this game away here pretty quickly. I mean, Schmidt has 7 points in the second half. Nice move there. But Crenshaw, here, let me ask this. Have you heard this at all in this game? Crenshaw, offensive rebound, 2-point basket now. Crenshaw continues to deliver, 19 rebounds in this game, and we're going to have a foul here. But, man, is Crenshaw just taking over down low.
It's been impressive to watch. The teammate tandem of Crenshaw and Schmidt have really dominated this game so far.
That foul was on Leitner, her second, team 6.
They've combined to score 75% of their team's points so far, and they've done so at a relatively high percentage pace. And they've done so on both ends of the court. They've controlled the tempo of this game.
Spencer now with 4 points. She's 4 for 5 from the free throw line. But back to your point with the Schmidt and Crenshaw, 27 of the 34 points in this game. And that's exactly what Coach Boucher told me, is that it's those two that really lead this team. And they have. And it has been all of those two. And look at that. It's kind of funny. Claire Spencer, 1 for 7 through the first 3 games from the free throw line, 5 for 6 today. So if there's one Comets player that's really stepped up today, it's Claire Spencer, who ironically takes a seat on the bench. Here's Kovacevic, works it around. Peyton Schmidt was open for days. Kind of like that unnecessary roughness where that number 88 just sits in free throw. And as I say that, Kovacevic takes it all the way to the hole. Kovacevic now with 7 points and puts the lead back up to 14 at 36-22. Here's Craddock, again, trying to get anything going for offensively. Holtmeyer.
Mount Prospect is trying to get to the hoop and draw fouls, as I mentioned they should earlier. As we
D'Angelo with the runner off the back of the rim. D'Angelo fouls her own shot, gets out to Meg Young. Meg Young with the jumper, and she nails it. Meg Young now with 4 points. And that all started with Vanessa D'Angelo with an offensive rebound. And the Comets, down 12. I don't know why they're not picking up the pressure, Peter, on defense. They're still sitting in.
They've moved to a man-to-man to try and hurry up maybe East Dundee. It's working so far.
Kovacevic is able to save that, and she stepped over the line, and She actually stepped over the line twice there. The ref's caught the second time, but again, I saw it. I'm right here, so I'll give her that. So again, leads 12 with 3:28 to go. Meg Young will inbounds. And the Comets again trying to sneak back into it. Here gets Holtmeyer, takes it right at Leitner. Nice pass down low to Craddock. Craddock with the shot. Onset with the hard offensive rebound. She puts it. Where's that been all game long for Onset? Onset now with 8 points along the 7 rebounds. It leads down to 10 again, 36-26. And here's the full court pressure. And then actually we're gonna call a tip pass here. I didn't see the tip, but Schmidt tipped the ball, but got the ball tipped out of bounds.
Mount Prospect is turning up the tempo here and doing a good job of it so far. The deficit still is 10, but...
So Mount Prospect scored 8 points so far in this quarter. So they had a combined 18 through the first 3, so they've definitely picked up the pace in the fourth quarter.
I like the offensive momentum they found themselves at, and they just have to get a couple stops.
And we have a foul there on Holtmeyer. So again, not in bonus yet, so the next foul on both teams will have bonus.
They could just get a couple more stops, knock down a few more buckets. There doesn't even have to be a 3 or anything, just a couple more layups or something. Get it to a 6-point game with 2 minutes to go. They're in great shape.
That's actually the 4th foul on Holtmeyer. Trying to get it, Kohler gets it to Crenshaw. Crenshaw gets it stolen away by Onstedt. Meg Young gets old. So 3 minutes left. The Comets have to start pushing. They're only down 10.
It's going to be a big possession for Mount Prospect.
Holtmeyer has an open look for, here works around D'Angelo. D'Angelo, hard to hold and take, and she's going to get fouled, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And that's what the Comets have been able to do. They've been able to get to the free throw line. As a team, they have shot really well from the free throw line. 9 for 14, which will win you ball games. Coming to the game 52%. So D'Angelo, who hasn't made a free throw yet in this tournament, will go to the free throw line for 2. Off the back of the rim on the first.
There's the announcer's jinx.
It's not like it's Steph Curry up there, Peter, shooting free throws, but D'Angelo, 3 points in this game, again, trying to cut in that 10-point lead. I mean, this is a huge free throw here to try to get into less than double digits.
I mean, every free throw from here on out is going to be huge for the Comets. They need to knock down really every opportunity they get to score with no time running off the clock, being down 10 with less than 3 to go.
So the Comets in the second half alone are 8 for 11 from the free throw line. But you compare that with only 4 made field goals. Look at it as a team, though, for the Comets. They shot 4 for 23 in the first half. Then they shot, in the third quarter, 2 for 10. So there were 6 for 33 going into the fourth quarter from the floor. And this quarter alone, they're 2 for 4. I mean, so they have that coach. When Coach Gutzler looks at the stats, he'll take a look at where they're at from shooting from the floor, and that's not going to win many games. But as you can see, they picked up the pace in the fourth quarter, already 2 for 4 from the floor, and it's going to be tough going. But D'Angelo needs to make this key free throw here. They need to force a couple turnovers, and maybe at that point the Comets can back into this game. But there's only 2:52 to go in this fourth quarter.
Yep. Time is not on their side at the moment. They're going to have to be very efficient in everything they do from here on out. On the offensive end, defensively, and everything in between. And it starts with this free throw.
And off the side of the rim there, Kohler with a good rebound. And we're going to have a foul here. We could see a DeAndre Jordan situation here, Peter, with the Comets going to foul the rest of the way through, and the Eagles not a strong free throw shooting team. And that foul is on number 25, Craddock, her 3rd, and Sophie Kavekovic, who even the coach struggles to pronounce her name, will go to the free throw line for 1 and 1.
These are also big free throws for Dundee.
And misses the first. And Onset with the rebound. So again, if that's what it takes is to throw out some players and get some fouls here. Craddock able to save it. Works back to Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer with the runner. Holtmeyer off the back of the rim. Rebound by Leitner, and Leitner's going to get fouled here. Actually, let me rephrase that. Leitner with the we'll call it a jump ball here. Possession of Comets. It was close to being a foul there, but we got a jump ball. Young to inbound, gets over Holtmeyer in the corner. Holtmeyer Back to Young. Young with the nice move, and Young gets fouled, and that foul. So Young's going to the free throw line for 2. So again, 10-point game. I feel like it's going to be a free throw shooting, coming down the stretch. So if the Eagles can make their free throws, but if they can't, these are key free throws here for Meg Young, and she knows what it takes for a key free throw. And just as I say that, she misses another one. That's 3 consecutive missed free throws for the Comets.
Can I say announcer jinx again? I mean,
Meg Young makes 1 of 2, and the lead is down to 9, 36-27, 2:30 to go. Again, the full court pressure all the way up. They're able to get into Schmidt. Schmidt will bring it up. Schmidt breaks it all the way by her. Schmidt gets jumped a little bit, and that's going to be on the. Actually, they're calling that she's going up for 2. So Peyton Schmidt with the hard take. She really didn't have to take it to the hole there. She could have just pulled it back out because they're going to foul her anyways. But she's going to go to the free throw line for 2.
That's 5 on Holtmeyer.
And that is 5 on Holtmeyer. So Holtmeyer, if the Comets are going to do this with the comeback, they're going to have to do it without Holtmeyer. Holtmeyer finished this game with 6 points. So Claire Spencer will have to come back and lead the charge for the Comets. The Eagles defensively holds Holtmeyer under her tournament average of 9. Smith free throws up and hits every part of the basket and in. Schmidt now with 16 points. She's 5 for 9 from the free throw line this game. This is her 10th free throw attempt. Up and no good. Onstead fights for the ball. So again, the lead's back up to 10 now. And Onstead and the Comets are pushing. 2:19 to go, 37-27. Onstead with a Steph Curry long-range three-pointer. Can't get it. And Meg Young fights for it. And we're going to have a jump ball, possession arrow, Eagles. Onstead, that was a much better look there for the Comets. I mean, if the Eagles are going to give it to her, Onstead can make the outside 3.
And we're at the point of the game where Mount Prospect does need a couple threes to go in here, being down 10 with this little time left.
If you look at three-pointer shooters, Claire Spencer's had 2 in this tournament. Leitner smartly reverses it back out to Gavekovic. Gavekovic works it around. Kohlert gets fouled by Meg Young. Again, I don't know why the Eagles are taking hard to the hole there, but Kohlert's going to go to the free throw line for 2. That was Meg Young's 4th. So the Eagles are in the double bonus the rest of the way. Actually, correction, that's Onstad's 4th. Kohlert misses that one. Kohlert now with 0 points today. She came to this tournament averaging 6 points a game in the tournament, as well as 3 for 4 from the free throw line. So she missed that first one. Kohlert misses both. Nice rebound by Crenshaw. Gets blocked by Onstead. That's the 20th rebound of the game for Crenshaw. Okay, the Comets need to pick up the pace, and then Craddock falls down, loses the ball. Not a good possession for the Comets with 1:47 to go. Again, full court pressure picked up for the Comets to get it in Peyton Schmidt. Peyton Schmidt gets fouled right away. That's on D'Angelo. D'Angelo has 4. So Peyton Schmidt, who has gone to the line 10 times in this game. These 2 free throws, if she makes both these, it definitely could put the game away.
And Mount Prospect is running out of people to foul with. If they want to extend this game, they have 3 people on the court with 4 fouls, I believe. So they may be running out of options to extend this game.
In and out for Schmidt. But again, Schmidt with 16 points in this game. She'll get a second one. Schmidt makes 1 of 2. So she's got 17. The lead back up to 11. And Coach Gutzler calls a full timeout. And actually, knowing what Coach Gutzler is going to do here, we're going to have some substitutions in here. So he sees the writing on the wall in this third place game. And we'll have some substitutions throughout. But Peter, what a game by East Dundee Immanuel. They split the average. I mean, both teams. This is the third time they've played. Mount Prospect beat East Dundee 35-26, and then they lost to East Dundee 35-28. So again, if you look at the score, I mean, that's pretty much in their wheelhouse. I mean, both teams, they've averaged similar points throughout the year, throughout this tournament. And today, it was Immanuel East Dundee's game. But after watching them, I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, Immanuel East Dundee is a really nice team this year. You know, they gave Emmanuel Palantine a tough game in the semifinals. I mean, it's a well-coached, well-played team.
Yeah, it's a good game played by Mount Prospect. Sometimes shots just don't fall. Everyone who's played the game of basketball has been there, a game where things feel good and nothing will go through the hoop, and you can't do anything about it. And credit to East Dundee for keeping up the intensity on the defensive end all game long, knocking down the shots when they needed to, and dominating the boards. That's really won this game.
So, Peter, substitutions for the Comets: Mary Withy, Ella Brennan, Zoe Meyer, Peyton Hassenhorl, and number 34, Genevieve Bellet. And right away, Hassenhorl with a shot, no good. Nice rebound there by Michaela Park, who just checks in the ball game. So again, checking for the Eagles, Leahy, Brooklyn Crawl, Jordan Miller, Michaela Park, who I just said, and number 11, Grace McCool. Here's McCool in the middle. A minute 19 to go. McCool works around Leahy. Crawl thought about Leahy, 0-0, misses the three-pointer. Rebound by number 20, Payson Hassenhorl. And Payson Hassenhorl almost loses it, saves it, works around to Brennan. Nice tip by Crawl. And then stolen away by Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller is going to get fouled here by Withy. And Jordan Miller is going to go to the free throw line for 2. That was a good take there by Jordan Miller, Peter.
It was an excellent read on the defense, getting her hands in the passing lane and getting herself an opportunity to get in the scorebook here.
So here's Jordan Miller. He's going to go to the free throw line for 2. And misses the first. And checking into the game for the Comets is number 24, Irina Hong, and number 30, Christina Churbis. 38-27 is the score in this third place game at the 2016 Illinois Grade School State Tournament. And Jordan Miller hits the second, and the lead is up to 12 now, 39-27. Mandy Withy brings it up. Nice pass to Churbit. Nice pass to Irina Hong. And the ball, we're going to have a foul here. And that foul is on number 14, Jordan Miller, her first, team's 9th. So going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 is number 24, Irina Hong. So, Peter, next up, we've got the third place battle for the boys state final. We've got the St. Peter Arlington Heights versus Our Savior Springfield. And as I say that, Hong makes the first one. So Hong's first point of the tournament. Hong with a nice free throw shooting. Can't make that one. Another rebound there by Michaela Park. You know, Peter, go back. You look at the youth and the Eagles. 0-0, Leahy. Michaela Park with 3 rebounds in the fourth quarter. She gets on the scoreboard, increases the lead to 13. But you look at the youth and the Eagles. Leahy's only a 6th grader. Alyssa Crenshaw's a 7th grader. So I think this Eagles team will be back next year. Brennan with the runner. No good on that one. Number Churbis tracks down the rebound. Here's Withy. Works around to Hong. Hong with the runner. Hong gets a roll in. Hong with 3 points in this quarter. And cuts the lead with 11. And 3, 2, 1. And that's it. The Eagles from Immanuel East Dundee defeat the Comets from St. Paul Mount Prospect 41-30. And Peter, what were some of your closing thoughts in that game?
Well, the tag team of Alyssa Crenshaw and Paige Schmidt really dominated in this performance. 11-point game. Both of them put up double figures. Alyssa Crenshaw had 20 rebounds. And they really shut down, the team as a whole shut down Mount Prospect's offensive game. Mount Prospect was held from 9-41 shooting. And that was a huge key to the game, really.
So hang tight for a
East
moment.
Dundee wanted to come in and play defense.
Got a few things to
and stress out Mount Prospect, and that is what they did.
The very first thing, is what a great display of sportsmanship. Wasn't that just the best? Just the best. So I thank you for that. Because moms and dads and teachers, that doesn't just happen. And so I just want to say thank you to both schools for just the great relationship that we enjoy together. So thank you for that. Now, my friends, the Comets, you came to state with a record of 18-6. You came as champions of the Northwest Suburban Lutheran Conference. You've been led by some strong 8th graders, Zoe and Claire and Kate and Nicole and Meg and Rachel. And it's with great pride and pleasure, and it's my privilege to give to you, an award to you, the 4th place trophy in the state of Illinois. Come get it, girls. Congratulations. And now, my friends the Eagles, you came to state with a record of 23-6. You came as champions of, we shorten that up to Hans Hoop Fest, and champions of the St. John Elgin Tournament. And you're going to go home with some hardware, but your season's not over yet. We know that, so they were excited for that. And so, to my 8th graders, Peyton and Sophie and Hannah and Roz, I want to just thank you. And Grace, sorry Grace, got you in there. For the leadership that you display, both on and off the court. It's my great privilege and pleasure to present to you the 3rd place trophy. State of Illinois.
So some finishing stats for the Eagles from Immanuel East Dundee. Peyton Schmidt with 17 points. Alyssa Crenshaw with 12 points and, like Peter said, 20 rebounds. Sofia Kovakovic with 7 points. Michaela Park with 2 points. Rosalind Leitner with 2 and Jordan Miller with 1.
Congratulations, both teams.
And for the Comets of St. Paul Mount Prospect, Nicole Onstad with 8 points and 10 rebounds. Kate Holtmeyer with 6, Claire Spencer with 5, Meg Young with 5, Irina Hong with 3, and Vanessa D'Angelo 3. So again, the final score in the 3rd place girls game was Immanuel East Dundee 41 and St. Paul Mount Prospect 30. And we'll be up shortly here with some 3rd place boys action, and then Peter and I will be back for the championship of the girls between Immanuel Palatine and Nashville Oakland Royals. So again, this is Ryan Roth and Peter Roth just finishing up your 3rd place girls game, and we'll be back shortly. Again, thanks a lot for a great game, both teams.